Hello everybody and welcome to a new video. Today's video I am taking your drawings that you've submitted and turning them into 3D Quixel. I am taking your models that you've submitted and turning them into killers, some type of monsters. Now I have actually a pretty big announcement in the middle of the video, so stay tuned for that. And of course, if you want to know how to submit your own drawings, stay tuned for the end. Enjoy the video. Okay, everybody, time to make some of your actual own designs for, you know, different killers, different concepts, all that good stuff. And I wanted to show you some of the references here. We have some really good references. I like this concept a lot. I think this is really fun because it's kind of like that, you know, we've as an animator on Roblox, you recognize where this like texture comes from, and then it's like a bunch of glitch textures. It reminds me of kind of old Roblox and how that kind of works, and like him disintegrating and messing up. Like, this is super cool. Now this one's been actually really popular in the comments, in the post, my community post, but we also have this one's been very popular in the community posts, and you can see why. Fire Jason, I'll put his user here. I should probably put these users. Here you go. I just decided to put their names up easily so you can actually see who they are. So, of course, I'm Fire Jason, and what in the world? Wait, okay. It's what the? What T? Wait, no. It's what T4HW? Man, I'm not very good at that. Evil Mob. That's his name, his display name. Anyways, Fire Jason made so many concepts. Like, these are, every single one is an individual concept, and honestly I really like all of these are very creative. And luckily, as you've probably seen my videos, I actually have my Sunrave rig already in like Roblox style, getting ready to be made. So that's awesome. So get that part done really easily. So I'm definitely gonna start on my character. Probably, I don't know which one I'm gonna start on. We'll see. We'll see which one I start on, but
can't go that way for some reason. What the hell? Purple guy!
I think this one makes sense. I also don't know how he guessed my hair color. Did I ever mention my hair color in a video? Like tell me in the comments if I have. But he guessed my hair color. It's brown. How do you know my hair color, Fire Jason? How do you know it? Anyways, let's get started. I'm gonna make myself look a little bit more threatening. I look way too happy. I also seem to have a trench coat, which actually, by the way, I love trench coats.
Well, do you understand me?
So, again, this person knows stuff about me that I never told anybody. Like, I don't tell people this, but I actually really do love trench coats. And I think they're really cool, but I never wore them because my parents were like, if you wore that to school, it would be really bad. And you could probably guess why wearing a trench coat to school is not the best idea. Let's just say that. But nonetheless, I always wanted one, and I always wanted to wear one. So let's get myself a trench coat. Oh, what? My God, I have a hole in the back. Look at my back, bro. There you go. I fixed it up. I'm gonna try to make myself look a little bit more raggy and like I've been beat down or something, or clearly I'm not in the right headspace and I'm not taking. Clearly I'm not in the right headspace and I'm not taking care of myself or something. And I haven't recorded in a while. I don't know if I'm gonna keep this in. I haven't recorded in a long time. It is good to be back, but man, it took forever to try to actually like get back into it. Just, man, being a YouTuber sometimes is super freeing and just fun and easy and straightforward. And other days, because you're your own boss, you have to, you know, step up and try to do stuff. Okay, so I'm taking kind of like a lot of things that I like about the characters. So for example, this guy has like ripped clothes, so I'm adding ripped clothes to him right here with his jacket. And then this guy, Fire and Jason just made me look really cool. He made me look very, very cool. And he gave me this like kind of rag on my character. And I like that concept, so I'm doing that too. I'm just taking like each different concept of, or different ideas, different characters, or different references that he made of my character, and really going to expand upon them and add my own flair, you know? My own flair. Honestly, looking at all these characters, the most scary one is this guy. He kind of got that Sans eyes going on, but I really like just the dark, dead eyes. So I'm gonna do that real quick. I think that's awesome. So here I created the eyes. Of course, they're sunken in eyes. But when I add all the textures here, which should happen, you kind of get this creepy effect. Oh yeah, wow, look at that. That's crazy. Very cursed. And of course you have those like kind of broken bits, right? That come around, which I added little broken bits. But that creates such a good effect. Yeah, this is gonna look really cursed, dude. What's interesting that Fire Jason did is that he darkened my clothing, which I told you guys in a couple, I don't know which video I told you guys. But pretty much when you darken clothing, it creates it more mysterious or can't speak, oh my god. Not when you darken clothing. It's when you darken your colors a bit, it creates this kind of more realistic, eerie, and sometimes even creepy vibe, which is exactly what he did. He or she, I don't know, did, and I did an amazing job. See, just darkening those colors, look at that. Already creates this very eerie effect, especially with the eyes and stuff. Also, looking at this closer, is that the golden play button? I don't know if I'm ever gonna get to the golden play button. I'll be so real. I just noticed that. I don't know if I will ever get there. Now, the 100K, I think I will do. Definitely get there. It'll just take a little bit. But gotta post some popular videos, man. What do you guys want to watch? Tell me down in the comments. What do you guys want to see more of? Tell me.
I played like these 3.
I wonder if they have play buttons here. Hold on. Play button. Oh, they do. What the heck? They do. That's so funny. That is not the right play button for that. That's a server play button, but it says 100 million subscribers. Let's be realistic right now. I'm probably gonna get the server one. Yeah, there you go. And there we go. Just replaced it with Sunwave 3D. Looks beautiful. One day I might have that. I'll make a video about it, do all that good stuff. And maybe I'll face reveal. Yeah, I think I'm probably gonna do a face reveal at 100,000 subscribers. Let's see if we can reach there. Oh, I was thinking to myself, what should I add? Because like an axe is okay, but the only thing they can relate to, and me, like I'm trying to make this all relate to myself, is like I like Purple Guy and he uses an axe in some fan media, but like none of this relates to me. And I thought to myself, wait a minute, I always love swords. I love swords so much. So I'm gonna make myself hold a sword. Oh, I actually have a sword. I think I have a sword in one of my rooms I made a long time ago. Hold on. Like I have a room I made for YouTube purposes. I think I have swords in there, and different weapons and stuff. And a sword I made actually too. Where is it? Here it is. And there's the sword. Yeah, so I made this for a friend long time ago. Yeah, look at that. That's crazy. I also made this sword. Yep. Wow. Let's do this one. Okay, so this is what my room looks like. Don't mind me floating there. I just made myself this sword. But yeah, this is what my old room looks like, actually. I just moved. But this is what I actually modeled it off of my actual room. Some things are missing, like my bed and right here, and then my like desk chair. But that's okay. Oh, but oh no. Should I do a Warhammer? I love Warhammer. I forgot I made this. Oh, that's hard. Warhammer or Die Hunter? Probably Warhammer. I love Warhammer. Yeah, and this is a fully custom Warhammer I made years back. This was for a video game, by the way. I was making video games a long time ago, and this Warhammer was for a video game. Speaking speaking about video games, I'm actually designing my own Roblox game. It is not an asymmetrical horror game because there's too much of that, but it is a horror game where you have to face your nightmares with up to 4 players in this almost like FNAF Ultimate Custom Night experience where you have monsters coming at you in every single direction and that you need to defend off and think about what your next plan is for the next monster and all these different time events. I actually have a Discord server right now up and running if you want to join and follow the development. Me and an entire team of developers have a lot of plans for this game. Right now it's in the super pre-early alpha stages of the game, so really nothing too crazy right now, but we're trying to get it to a working state for all of you to play very, very soon. In my next video, I'm going to post a week after this video, it's actually going to be about the game. It's going to be my first devlog. If you're excited for that, please make sure to check out the Discord server, and I'll talk more about the game in the next video. Anyways, back to the original video that this was about. I'm using it for a video now, you know, after what, this has been 3 years maybe since I made this guy. Dang, the metal is so old. I'm pretty sure this is metal I made. Yeah, look, so this is metal I actually made a long time ago in Blender. Yeah, it's not the best metal, like it's all right, but you see it's definitely not the best. Oh yeah, it has a bunch of shading issues and junk. I better metal now. I'm gonna go put it on it. Already makes a great difference. The bump is a bit rough. That's a bit too rough for me. Yeah, already big difference. Okay, let's finish up this model. I'm still like figuring out what to really add to him and make sure that relates to me, but I think we should just continue going on with like the whole ragged vibe and add like some bandages and some belts. I think this should be pretty much good for my little character here. Okay, so here's what we got. I just added some bandages and, you know, the little play button on my chest and stuff. Making him look all nice. Now it's time for him to be rendered. Oh. I actually, wait, maybe I should add a little eyeball here. A little saying. I think that's a good idea. Yeah, I'm gonna add the little doodle. What else place to put him besides my room? This is actually my room that I completely recreated, by the way. You can see it in my thumbnails. Not my thumbnails, in my background, I think. A YouTube banner background. I think this is the only place you can see it. Yeah, no, this is completely what my room looks like. Well, looked like. I actually moved not too long ago, maybe like a month or 2 ago. Actually, no, but I moved. So yeah, things have changed. Okay, as you can see in the back, I'm just editing and making sure that, you know, the posing is good and the lighting is good. Just mainly the posing for now, and then I'll get into the lighting soon. I'm just making sure that this is all good and that I'm, you know, kind of in like an intimidating pose, I guess. I don't really know how to make my character intimidating because he was never supposed to be intimidating. He's just a dude with a helmet on. That's literally it. There's a little bit more lore actually behind that, but it's pretty much that simple. He is a dude with a helmet on. Now you can see me here. I'm actually putting the lights on, trying to get kind of like cool lighting. And I actually like this so much that I created my own custom render for me that I actually use for my Discord profile now. I think it's pretty darn cool little character. So thank you so much, Firedation. Wow, what the heck? Fire Jason for submitting this amazing fan art and also concept for the killer. You did an excellent job. Anyways, now on to Hot Blisket for the second killer.
How's it going, y'all? It's Hot Blisket, and we are back again for another Making Forsaken Killers, Making Forsaken Fan Killers in 3D. Thank you, Sunray, for having me yet again. Although this section of mine is probably going to be a little bit smaller than last videos, as I'm only making one killer. Although, as you can see probably in the background, there are two variants, a red one and a blue one. The blue one, in my mind, I kind of perceived as an enraged variant, but more on that later. Anyway, you can see right now I'm modeling out the basic blocky section of the character, and now I am trying to add sort of like an X shape on the top, because that's how the concept works. So you'll see I'm adding a curve, twisting it around a little bit, and then we got that sort of X that is characteristic of it. As you can see, I'm also trying to add smaller details to make the helmet just a little bit more interesting and cool. Adding panels, and then I'll be adding panels on the sections of the body, and then just spicing it up a little bit more, adding satchels on the waist, giving the arms little gloves, and then you will also see that I'm going to be adding some chest plating details. Right as this next part comes around, you can see me texturing with what will be emission textures in the future, thanks to Blue the Random for the line art advice. He's really good at it. And because I forgot to record all of the rest of the second blue variant, I will pass it on to Future Hot Ballistic. Hey, Future Hot Ballistic here. I just wanted to point out a few things. The actual characters are done now. I sort of fixed up the textures, made a second blue sort of enraged variant. You see it better in rendered form. You see this in the background, this is because I was animating in another video. We also have a sword right here, as you can see. Let me put it in render. There's a sword. And then over there you can see some poses for the final Forsaken card. And then all the way over there, you can see the actual guy that is going to be in some animations on my channel, which I would totally recommend checking out because they are awesome in my opinion. So on this, you can see we have sort of obsidian blade Minecraft, sort of diamond sword-ish kind of thing. I took inspiration off of that. And then we have a lot of wavy Voronoi textures for this game. And it is fully rigged. Everything is good to go. And then here's the sword right here. And that will be it. Also, there is, sorry, I forgot one more thing. Particle system of these little guys right here, these little stars. If I play it, you'll be able to see right now. There we go. There's little plates right here on top of the character that emit the stars. Okay, so that's going to be about all for me for today. Thanks to DeLandon Thornton for the simple but awesome concept art that it turned into these very sort of evil robotic mech robots that could be Forsaken killers. And without further ado, I will pass it right back to Sunrave.
Okay, the second model we're going to be working on today is Evil's Mob model. Evil Mob model. This one I thought was really creative because if you know Robot, if you know Roblox, it actually disappears. This actually happens to your character if you go too far. Like, I think it's, I don't know what exactly it's called. I forget. It's like there's a limit, and once you reach that limit, everything after that starts really glitching out and like making your character look all fuzzy and shake around, and the vertices really mess up. And making this character like the default character and the, like him having like glitch texture here is really cool. I really like this idea, so I'm gonna go ahead and try to make it because I love this. I have some good ideas about what to do here, and on top of that, he actually is the default character here, which I'll show you what I mean. Dude, holy crap! I don't know if I'm gonna leave this in the video, but this is bad, bro. This is bad. Default character here, which I'll show you what I mean. Oh my! Oh no! No, that's. So what's really funny about using this default character's texture, this is what Roblox gives you when you download a template or when you look for like a template to use for like shirts and pants and stuff like that. And luckily, this character that I have already has the template attached to him. As you can see, there's front, back, left, right, you know. I actually think that's really funny. So this is perfect already. Now time to make them all glitchified. Okay, so I just replaced the head with like a white head It looks like he just has like a white head that's like crossed out and kind of like bleeding. So, or I guess leaking. I don't really actually know how to describe that. But yeah, I'll edit it more. But now I'll start kind of just erasing this character and taking him apart. And then I'll start making his like wavy, shaky stuff. I'll put a visual to kind of tell you what I'm talking about, to show you what I'm talking about, because it's kind of weird to explain. It looks like he just has like a giant cut kind of in between his stomach right here. We're going to make that, and we're going to distort the texture on purpose so it actually creates that weird effect. Typically, you do not want your character to be distorted like this, but because, you know, this character is clearly not, you know, looking okay. Yeah, he's definitely, you know, half his face is missing, so it's a bit of an issue there. We're going to create, yep, here we go, area, that's space for him. Now we want to just replace that with some blue and, yeah, just the light blue and blue checkered. Okay, so, get something here. I actually deleted a little bit of his stuff, of course, here. Add that kind of glitchy vibe that we have here. Pull him up. There we go. So you can see that he has that kind of glitchy vibe to him. And I kind of just picked up this kind of weird, like, black texture because I don't really know what this is. Maybe it's like weird infected code, or I don't know, something weird. So I just kind of added my own little spin on it, added these kind of weird wrinkles inside of it, weird gross stuff. And then we have, of course, the metal arm, the actual Roblox metal here, the weird textures. Of course, I'm going to edit the face. And he has a whole bunch of weird stuff going on. But yeah, it seems like the only leg that seems normal is this one right here. I don't know. Anyways, it does kind of, you know, the more I look at him, this kind of reminds me of core blocks in a way. It's kind of funny to say, but it really does remind me of core blocks. Honestly, it's really fun to just go and take this like blocks character and just pretty much what I'm doing is I'm just like, okay, so there's some gooey parts there. Goo. There's some gooey parts there. Oh. You. That's literally it. That's literally what I'm doing. Making him look all melted and weirded out. Now, it looks like he honestly got a giant tube through his head. So sorry if you're hearing this just on the radio. It's not, not on the radio, on speakers. It's not gruesome, I swear, parents. But it does look like he's just missing part of it. Let's see. I think what we want to do is just something like this. Oh, there we go. Oh my god, something like that. Someone just took a bite of him. Yum. Someone really just yummy and took a bite of this character, bro. There you go. So now we have that same texture going about there. Again, don't know the full lore in the story of this character. Maybe he was taken over by the glitchiness of Roblox of some sort. Okay, so I just finished the face. He looks very freaky, eerie, whatever. So I like it a good amount. It's pretty darn cool. I think this is pretty much it. Now we gotta get him into like some type of glitchy area, like what makes sense for this character to be in. I don't know. Maybe if I have an idea. I don't know if this is gonna work, but I have a couple ideas. I'm gonna bring him into Photoshop. Okay, so now that we have this is very different from what I usually do with Blender, because I know Photoshop a little bit. Let's try to do something here. Trying to see, I'm just messing around with stuff, kind of creepy stuff we can get, you know, like weird, disturbing, creepy stuff. And now we have kind of like a weird background drop here. Of course, we're gonna have this over it, which already looks pretty alright. Then maybe what I want is like the entire screen kind of glitch out. Now if we take the glitch background, this, have this. Now we have this kind of cool effect around him. Let me keep on going. Now if we add another, one of my crazy weird effects here, let's see how this, there we have it. Look at that. That looks really, really freaky and cool. I might make him a little bit bigger so he's more obvious. There we go. Look at him. He looks all freaky and crazy, dude. Very cool. So this is how the character looks. Honestly, he looks very glitchy, very distorted, which is the whole purpose, the whole kind of vibe that I'm getting off of him too from the original concept. So thank you so much, Evil Mob, for submitting this amazing artwork. I really appreciate it, and this came out pretty darn cool. Tell me again what your thoughts are in the comments. If you hate it, if you love it, if you're like, it's alright. Otherwise, that is pretty much the end of the video. Now, of course, if you want to check out my game that I'm working on, go to the Discord from the description and comment section. It will be in both little things like that. Please send your support, your feedback, and give suggestions. That is all I'm looking for right now. This is my first time really really making a big game, or like a serious game, because I've made games before, like in the background. This is just the first time I've really decided, you know what? I'm gonna step my foot down and actually make a game, like fully produce it, stuff like that. So yeah. Anyways, I hope you all have a wonderful morning, night, or afternoon. Peace out.